Hello, and today it is with great pleasure that I am introducing the first character of my own penned novel, Professor Sexton Lovecraft.
Are you Sexton Lovecraft?
Sexton Lovecraft?
Pick up, Sexton.
What?
Professor Lovecraft.
Please, call me Professor Lovecraft.
You have been found guilty of the most hideous crimes. The sentence is death. Have you any last words?
Small crowd. Damn, they got it fast.
They're coming through!
Professor Lovecraft, help me!
Oh my god! They turned Professor Cohen into water!
I don't think that's water. Do not pull the lever. Fascinating.
Nice work, Professor.
The Professor was actually created by a friend of mine, a filmmaker called Mike Peter Reed, and Mike pitched Sexton as Doctor Who meets Indiana Jones. In a comedy setting, he would investigate the paranormal, the unusual, and the alien. The intention was that I would write a script based on that loose specification, so I started to think about what sort of character that would actually be, because the idea was always that, like Doctor Who, he would be timeless or experience time in a different way to what we do. Twilight was probably one of the biggest franchises in the world at that time, and I'd either seen the first film or read the book, and I was struck by Edward Cullen, who I think was a few hundred years old, perhaps more, and going through school again and again. I thought to myself, if you were an immortal, the last thing that you'd want to do would be to go to school every week. Can you imagine the things that you would have in common with a high schooler if you were 1,000 years old? They'd be talking about Justin Bieber or Ariana Grande or whatever, and you'd be thinking that music had been on a steady downward slope since Mozart and Beethoven. You would have absolutely nothing in common. Can you imagine what the cinema of today would look like to someone who thought the highest pinnacle of acting was Greek theatre? So it struck me that an immortal would be incredibly bored, really, really bored by pop culture, by the current zeitgeist, by the fact that there would be nothing that they hadn't seen and done 1,000 times already. Sexton's motivation then for me would always be boredom or escaping from it. And I wrote a script. It was about as silly as I could make it, far more focused on the comedic than the dramatic side of the pitch.
Hold your fire!
Hey!
It probably would have been impossible without more money than we were ever going to get. So in the end, it was released as a rather amateur animation, which you can see, it is on the internet, and this new novel is an entirely new adventure based in the same world as the animation, but it is intended to be accessible, very much standalone. You don't need to have seen or read anything else, but what I have done by way of bonus material is I've also rewritten the animation again in the novel format.
Find her!
How can I find her if I'm here and she's on Earth? They're not going to just send me back, are they?
Of course they will.
They will?
Sure. It hardly matters if they're going to blow up the planet anyway.
Oh, okay. I didn't realise. What? Wait, what, are they going to blow up the planet?
Of course.
All my friends live there. Oh, we have to stop them.
So what you'll get when the book comes out is Sexton Lovecraft versus the Zargs, which is the animation, and an entirely new story. Sexton is still a professor at university. Quite what he does most of the day is a little unclear, because he never seems to do anything for very long, not just because of the boredom, but because the boredom always leads to a series of mishaps.
Sexton Lovecraft is about to show us how to tie a bow tie while jumping a motorbike over these lovely ladies from the Faculty of Engineering and Fashion. This London bus, this shark tank full of piranha, and this vat of toxic waste.
The university itself is also the fulcrum for all sorts of strange and unusual goings-on, and that usually falls upon Sexton to investigate.
You should spot immediately what is out of place in this room.
The dead body.
Incorrect.
I don't want to give too much of the story away yet, but it begins with arcane machinery, takes in the job as Sexton's teaching assistant, a very attractive role for somebody that wants a little bit of money for not very much work at all, and naturally it all ends up with murder, violence, aliens, ghosts, and hopefully a handful of quality gags along the way, and just one or two cheap ones. All the animation that you've seen, all of the pictures that you have seen were created between 2009 and 2015 when I was still trying to get the animation off the ground. It is now, as a series, going to continue purely in the novel format, and this is your chance to be part of that. I've completed the first draft of the text. It's out to a handful of test readers, and if you want to join them, then you just need to let me know. The easiest way to do that is to DM me on Twitter or put something in the comments of this video to that effect, and then I will post my email address so you can contact me and I will send you back a copy of the text. Under the expectation, of course, that I will get some sort of feedback about what you liked or perhaps didn't like. So thank you for watching. Keep your eyes on the channel for new updates. Coming up, I have reviews of the Young Bond series. I have books by Brian Aldiss, Larry Niven, Raymond Chandler, and potentially even by William Shakespeare. So if any of that, or an extremely unlikely event of all of that sounding interesting, then by all means like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.